time to make the brisket sauce. We're gonna go, I already took the sauce out from the brisket. It was a lot of brothy like. I thickened it up earlier and I put it in this container, handy container I saved. I don't like spending too much money on things like that when you throw things like this away. But I put the sauce in here. It has a long reduction of maybe 4 to 5 hours. But I'm going to expand the sauce because I have leftover brisket. That's always good. So to expand the sauce, I'm going to put the sauce that I already created. See how thick it is? Into the pot. I'm going to take some wine. This is a great wine, and it's hard to get. I did a wine tasting the other night, and the folks who hosted gave me a bottle. In order to get the rest of the sauce out of here, I'm going to deglaze the plastic bottle. And I think that's enough. I don't have to be greedy to get every little drop out of there. But I'll add some more of this wine in here. And I'll save the rest of it for drinking. Okay, I'm going to add a little more garlic. Garlic is always good. And I like to add a little bit more acidity to it. This is white balsamic vinegar. I just started cooking with it and I'm experimental, so we're going to see what happens. If I go too far, it's a challenge to bring it back, and I accept the challenge. Now, another great thing about this and the citrus is the zesting of the orange peel. So I'll take this zester, and you may have seen this in another shot, and go ahead and zest away right into the pot. See those oils bursting? And that's probably enough because it has a great flavor already. I'm going to add some more liquid. Take this orange, we're going to cut it and add some fresh orange juice. And I'll have time to find a thing that extracts the seeds, so I'm going to squeeze it right into the strainer. Alright, we're going to let it reduce, get hot for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm going to test it time and time again to make sure it's just right for my family. Here we are again. To go along with the brisket, we're going to do some Yukon Gold potatoes, little baby ones. I'm cutting away here, and here's some, almost cut a whole bunch earlier. And I have some leftover vegetables like some chives and some leeks, and I'm going to add those in too. So I'm going to cut these chives up real quick. Watch your fingers. And you know, you always have a basic recipe, but you can always follow your own mind. Looks like a lot is going to cook down because I have another one that I'm actually going to put them together. Chop these leeks. Some more. Bam, 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 bam. That's enough. Some in here. Some in here. You can never have a little too much garlic. You can, but that's when you brush your teeth with it. A little more garlic. A bit of olive oil. Bam. Give it a good toss. One more spice. I think I'm going to do some oregano, salt and pepper. Have some oregano already chopped. It was fresh yesterday and it's turned a little brown, but the flavor is in there and we can still get down. I decided not to heat the entire sauce up for 20 minutes because I already have it reduced where I want it, and it's pretty much in the ballpark. It's thickened almost right where it needs to be. After I added some cornstarch to it earlier, just a little bit with cold water, you shake it up inside a container, put it in. So I'm just going to bring it over here to the brisket. Take a look at the brisket. These are the briskets in the cold stage. They have been braised twice braised. Today will be the third braise. But I'm going to braise it again with the sauce. You'll see that it's in its cold stage. It's been cut, and I added some of those vegetables to the top to keep it moist and add it with flavor. Now I'm going to take our braising sauce and just add it to it. I'm going to drown it in the sauce. I'm going to heat it up just like this. Cover it up. That's my name on there. Cover it up. Now, the great thing about braising like this, you can get other things done while you're doing this. So I'll be cooking an additional dish besides the potatoes that you saw. I'm gonna cook asparagus. Asparagus has a good beat to it. Goes with the dinner. You can't beat it. We're gonna have the Yukon Gold, the asparagus as the green vegetable, and the protein will be brisket. This is gonna go great with our protein. This is asparagus. Take the rubber band off of it. Already washed it. And if you notice, these asparagus have a little blue tinge to it. Right around the bottom, this is usually tender from here up. Right around the bottom it's very fibrous, so I'm going to cut those off. I'll cut some of them off. Sometimes people leave them on. I'm not going to leave it on. Maybe it's a mistake, but I'm going to take it off. Sometimes I shave it down. I don't usually always do it one at a time, but since they're not even, like this one, I could probably just cut a little bit of this off and all that's probably good. If not, somebody's going to have to just have a surprise in their meal. That one looks good. This one looks good. Chop the end off. That one looks good. Yeah, that one's fibrous. And this one, right there. I'm going to add it to the rest of his brothers and sisters. Over here. And I'm going to add one more green element to it, which are scallions. Now, these scallions are funny looking. I see that they have these frayed edges, which I don't really want, and it's scattered all over the place, so I'm going to get rid of some of those. All right, chop them up. There's a thing in Hollywood, or in filming, we call final cut. I'm going to get to this final cut. I chop at an angle because sometimes when you chop vegetables, they like to pop when you chop straight up and down, depending on what it is. I like to chop at a slight angle to sort of keep it from popping all over the place. That's good enough. I'm going to mix it in with the asparagus. Okay, now another ingredient will be garlic, more garlic, a little more garlic. You know what? More garlic, that's right, shut up. That's what your toothbrush is for. That's what gum is for, your toothbrush. Garlic, salt, sea salt in this case. Usually don't over salt with sea salt too much, but this is sea salt. Pepper. I use like a thicker grated pepper, but this is fine. And olive oil. Okay, drizzle some olive oil on there. And one more thing, which I forgot, besides the olive oil, is love. Always cook it with love. I love to cook, and you're gonna love to taste this. So I'm gonna cover this with foil. I'm gonna put this in the oven until tender. Sometimes people like them to be crisp. I'm gonna cook them to it's really tender. I like that. I can eat it either way. Tonight it's gonna be the tender night. Okay? Love me tender, love me sweet. Take me to your door when it's done. And from there and evermore, asparagus we adore. Love the asparagus, love it true. All these things we eat. So when you taste this dish I make, I will hear your feet. Come to my house every day. Okay, so we're gonna put this in the oven. We'll come back and put these things together. And you're gonna love it. Potatoes out of the oven. I'm just adding some salt, some pepper, And I did it in reverse. I set it in reverse order. I'm gonna give it a stir. And sometimes I like that golden look on there, but since I'm cooking such a large amount, everything's not going to get golden. It's going to be a little soggy. It is great when you have the golden texture on it. You achieve that by taking the lid off. But my guests, or I should say, people who come in for dinner, they're not coming until much later. So I don't want the potato to dry out. I'm gonna put them all together, and it'll just be a little mushy. Won't be the texture we're looking for, but the flavor will be all there. Okay, flavors will be all there. Usually do this with a spoon, but keep it sharp. Bam, and bam. I want it swimming. This is going to be a rich dish. People that are coming near and dear to me, and I want them to feel that, okay? Near and dearness. Cover it back up. Back in the oven. Let it bathe with deliciousness. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So long as we see eye to eye, it's brisket time. Okay? Now, first thing we're going to do, I'm going to take this pepper hash that I made. I shouldn't call it pepper hash. It's vegetable hash. I added some larger chunks of onion in here. Some of the vegetables that the brisket was braised with. Like a little mound of that there. I added the larger onions in it so that it would taste with a new texture. So now we have the vegetable in the middle there. I'm going to take the I took a little bit of brisket out of the pan because the rest of it's not hot the way I really want it. So I heated some up in the microwave. It's not a crime. That's why they make these things. It's a crime if you don't use the technology. So it's nice and steaming. And, ooh, steamy, steamy. Let's go with this. A couple slices on here. Ooh, baby. Add a little sauce to it. If I had more time, I'd make it a little thicker, but I ran out of time. And let's go with some of the potatoes. More potatoes. Ah, lovely. And a couple of asparagus. Stir them around. Get some garlic on it. Lay them across there like that. Big fat Mama John. Clean this up a little bit. Now you might notice my Aunt Pecan in the background. She's cooking too. Okay, voila! It's a little bland. I would normally put a little bit of red on it, but again, I ran out of time. But here you are, brisket, the potatoes, the asparagus, a meal set for you. Call me by saying something underneath. Leave me a message and I'll call you personally back to give you the recipe or versions of it. I'll help you. I'll walk you all the way through it if you want to subscribe. Or just don't want to subscribe, just holler at me and I'll get you the recipe. There's different versions of it. Aunt Pecan, what are you making?
Well, we're making a fresh salad. We have parsley, tomatoes, and we have some red peppers. And our salad goes very nice with our meal.
Can I borrow one of those red peppers?
Yes.
BAM! Ciao. Y'all come back now. Here.